The journey to wealth begins with a simple yet powerful question. What do you truly want to achieve? Many people live their lives without a clear financial goal, simply going with the flow, waiting for something to happen. But what Kiyosaki teaches is that to achieve any kind of success, whether financial or personal, you need a vision. Having clear financial goals is like having a map for a long journey. If you don't know where you're going, any road will do. However, when you have a well-defined destination, every step and every action becomes more focused and aligned with that goal. If you want to save $10,000 in a year or learn how to invest in stocks, start by setting those amounts and deadlines clearly. Don't let life just happen. Be the architect of your own destiny. The question isn't just what you want, but when you want it. Setting a deadline for your goals brings urgency and direction. The clearer you are about your financial goals, the easier it will be to create the plan to achieve them. Now imagine what would be possible if you had a clear financial goal. What would change in your life? Have you thought about the feeling of having a plan and actively working toward it? Before you invest in anything else, the first asset you should invest in is yourself. Robert Kiyosaki always emphasizes that the greatest asset anyone can have is their own knowledge. Imagine you are the land where all seeds of wealth will be planted. If the soil isn't fertile, nothing will grow. Investing in your own personal and professional growth is like enriching that soil. This means investing in education, not just from books, but also from experiences, mentors, courses, and even your own mistakes. The more you learn, the more valuable you become in the marketplace, and opportunities start to appear. Be the master of your own development. When you become the best version of yourself, there are no limits to the success you can achieve. And more importantly, investing in yourself doesn't just mean learning new professional skills. It also involves improving your mental, emotional, and physical health. When you feel good about yourself, your confidence grows, and your ability to generate wealth increases. Ask yourself, what can I learn or improve today to become the person I need to be to achieve my financial goals? That's the first step toward any journey of success. Time is a valuable resource, but many people don't realize how they are using it until it's too late. Robert Kiyosaki believes the true key to success is not working more hours, but using your hours strategically and productively. The secret lies in mastering your time. He suggests a simple and effective structure. Use your mornings to create, your afternoons to execute, and your evenings to reflect. In the morning, our energy is at its peak, making it the best time to work on creative and strategic activities such as planning, studying, or developing new projects. Afternoons are for execution, putting into practice everything you planned and learned. Evenings are for reflection, evaluating what worked, what didn't, and adjusting your plans for the next day. This structure doesn't limit your freedom. On the contrary, it gives you more control over your life and finances. With it, you'll start to see that there's no need to get lost in urgent tasks or distractions. Each day becomes one more step toward your goals. Think for a moment. How have you been using your time lately? If you had a clear structure like this, where would you put most of your energy? Organize your time, and you will certainly begin to see visible results. One of the most powerful ways to stand out in the world of business and finance is to go beyond what is expected of you. Many people only do what is necessary, the minimum required to complete their task or job. But to achieve real success, you need to deliver more. Robert Kiyosaki teaches that delivering extra value is not only a way to stand out, but also a way to grow, learn, and above all, build a solid reputation that opens doors. Think of your work or projects as an opportunity to surprise people. If you're an employee, that means not only doing your tasks, but looking for ways to go further and add more value to your work. If you're building a business, offer something more than your competitors. This kind of attitude is not about immediate recognition, but about the long-term impact it creates. You don't do more because you want a reward, but because you know you're building something solid and lasting. The reputation you build by delivering more than expected not only helps you achieve success, but also puts you on the radar for other opportunities. And the best part is that by offering more, you are constantly learning and evolving, which is the foundation for continuous growth. So ask yourself, in what area of my life could I offer more than expected? What can I do to impress and surprise those around me, whether at work, in business, or in my personal life? When you start delivering more, results will naturally follow. The environment around you has a significant impact on your mindset and success. Robert Kiyosaki always emphasizes that mindset is key to achieving wealth. And one of the best ways to cultivate a growth mindset is to surround yourself with people who share that vision. People with a growth mindset believe that skills and intelligence can be developed through effort and continuous learning, unlike those with a fixed mindset, who believe their abilities are unchangeable. When you surround yourself with people who have big aspirations, who are ambitious and visionary, your own mindset tends to rise. Conversations with such people can open your mind to new possibilities, new ways of investing, new ideas to improve your business, and even more efficient ways to manage your money. Being around these people not only boosts your motivation, but also accelerates your learning. If you want to be a successful person, it's essential to be in environments that push you forward. This might mean seeking mentors, joining groups that share your interests, or even distancing yourself from people who constantly hold you back. Now ask yourself, who are the people closest to me? Are they helping me grow or keeping me stagnant? Changing your social circle could be one of the most powerful decisions to speed up your journey toward success. Many people wait until they feel completely prepared before taking action. They believe they must learn everything there is to know or have all the necessary resources before starting. But what Robert Kiyosaki teaches is that action creates the right moment, not the other way around. Waiting until you feel fully ready can be a trap that prevents your progress. The secret to success lies in acting even when you don't have all the answers. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes during the process. When you take the first step, the second one appears, and so on. As you act, you learn, adjust, and grow. Don't wait for perfect conditions to align. The business world, like life, never offers 100% ideal moment. But with each action, you build your own confidence and create your own opportunities. So start with what you have, where you are. Don't let perfection paralyze you. Sometimes the simple act of starting is what separates those who achieve success from those who remain stagnant. Remember, action generates progress, and progress leads to success. Now think, what is one small action you can take today, even without feeling fully ready? That's the first step to turning your dreams into reality. One of the most powerful habits Robert Kiyosaki recommends for achieving financial success is writing. It may seem simple, but writing has a profound impact on your personal and professional growth. When you write, you organize your thoughts, reflect on your actions, and find clarity amid the chaos of daily life. Writing also serves as a record of your progress, allowing you to track your victories, learn from your mistakes, and adjust your plan when necessary. Kiyosaki suggests using writing to reflect on your financial goals, your investment strategies, and your mistakes. By putting your ideas on paper, you turn abstract thoughts into concrete actions. This process not only helps you focus, but also solidifies your learning. Each time you write about your goals, you reinforce them in your mind, increasing your motivation and your likelihood of success. Most importantly, writing helps you value small victories that often go unnoticed. By recording your progress, you remind yourself of how far you've come, even if growth isn't immediate. The simple act of writing creates a sense of accountability and continuity that keeps you on track. Ask yourself, do you have the habit of writing about your financial goals or your experiences? If not, start today. Grab a notebook or your phone and write about your plans, what you're learning, and how you're going to apply it to achieve your goals. This small habit could be the key to your evolution. One of the most powerful ways to solidify knowledge and at the same time leave a lasting impact is to teach others. Robert Kiyosaki believes that teaching is the most effective way to learn. When you teach someone what you've learned, you strengthen your own understanding and gain a new perspective on the subject. This not only reinforces your own learning, but also creates a network of people who share the same goal of success. Moreover, the act of teaching goes beyond simply passing on knowledge. It creates a sense of responsibility. When you teach, you commit to always staying up to date, being an example, and constantly growing. The education you share with others also leaves a legacy of growth, positive change, and an impact that goes beyond yourself. Imagine what it would be like if, in addition to achieving your own financial freedom, you could help other people achieve theirs. Teaching the importance of investing, understanding the value of money, and how to use it to create wealth can transform not only your life, but the lives of everyone around you. Ask yourself, who around me could benefit from what I know about finances? Teaching someone what you've learned not only helps strengthen your own knowledge, but also creates a legacy that goes far beyond you. The path to wealth is often long and full of challenges, and one of the greatest lessons Robert Kiyosaki teaches is the importance of discipline, especially during moments when growth seems invisible. Most people give up when they don't see immediate results, but the real secret to success is maintaining discipline even when rewards aren't visible at first glance. When you start investing, saving, or working toward your financial goals, results may take time to appear. It may seem like you're not making progress, but every small step you take is planting seeds that over time will become large trees. Financial growth is like a plant's roots. It happens underground before it appears above the surface. Therefore, daily consistency and discipline are essential. The key is to trust the process. Even if you don't see the fruits of your work immediately, results will eventually appear as a reward for your consistent actions. Discipline creates a virtuous cycle. As you maintain your routine and stay dedicated to your goals, results begin to show, your confidence grows, and your motivation increases. Now think about your own progress. What small actions are you taking every day, even when you don't see immediate results? Those daily steps will accumulate over time and lead you to financial freedom. Many people believe that true wealth comes only from earning more money, but Robert Kiyosaki teaches that the secret is not just increasing your income, it's keeping and growing what you already have. Having more money doesn't necessarily mean having more wealth. What truly sets the rich apart from others is the ability to invest what they earn wisely. When you learn to invest strategically, money begins to work for you. Instead of spending on unnecessary consumption, you use what you earn to create assets that will generate more wealth in the future. True wealth comes when you take what you receive and put that money to grow, whether through real estate, stocks, or other investments that generate passive income. The idea here is that wealth accumulation is not just about increasing your active income, like your salary, but about turning part of your money into assets. The rich don't focus solely on earning more. They focus on constantly growing what they have. This creates a continuous cash flow that multiplies exponentially over time. So ask yourself, how can you start keeping and growing what you already have? The secret to true wealth lies in learning to invest wisely and making your money work for you. The most important thing is not how much you earn, but how much you can grow and protect from unnecessary spending. The way you see money can be the difference between financial success and failure. Many people see money as something to be saved or spent cautiously, but Robert Kiyosaki teaches that to achieve true wealth, you must change your mindset and see it as a tool to generate more wealth. Instead of focusing only on saving, start thinking about how money can be an asset that works for you. See money as a seed. When you plant a seed in fertile soil and take care of it, it grows and bears fruit. In the same way, when you put your money into investments that generate returns, it starts to grow exponentially over time. Changing your mindset means stopping seeing money as something limited and starting to see the opportunities it can create. Ask yourself, how can I change my view of money and use it as a tool to create more wealth in my life? One of the biggest barriers for many people in achieving wealth is the fear of taking risks. When it comes to finances, many prefer safety, keeping their money in savings accounts or avoiding any type of investment that might go wrong. However, Robert Kiyosaki teaches that to create real wealth, you must learn to take calculated risks. Now, we're not talking about reckless risks, but informed financial decisions. Calculated risks are those you study, analyze, and understand the possible consequences of. This may include investing in real estate, buying stocks, or even investing in your own education. The key is to understand the opportunities, weigh the pros and cons, and act strategically. Wealth builders know that money doesn't grow if it just sits in the bank. They make money work for them, and that involves making bold but well-thought-out decisions. Every great success you see was built on a series of calculated risks. The key here is to learn how to measure those risks, understand the potential returns, and not let fear paralyze you. And the best part? Over time, you'll become more confident in your ability to assess risks and make smart decisions. Practice will make you increasingly capable of making financial moves that in the future will pay big dividends. Ask yourself, what are the risks you're afraid to take but that, if embraced, could boost your financial journey? Facing those fears strategically may be the key to opening doors to new financial opportunities. One of Robert Kiyosaki's greatest lessons is the importance of creating passive income streams, money that comes in even when you're not actively working. This is the opposite of relying solely on a salary, where you trade your time directly for money. Passive income is what allows you to build wealth continuously without constant effort. Kiyosaki often talks about the importance of investing in assets that generate automatic cash flow. These assets can be rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, or even businesses you don't have to manage daily. The goal is to create income streams that work regardless of your job, giving you more time to focus on other things, such as expanding your income sources or, more importantly, enjoying life. To start, the key is to find assets that appreciate over time and generate consistent returns. For example, if you buy a rental property, it can not only appreciate over the years but also generate monthly passive income. Or, if you invest in shares of solid companies, they can pay dividends that go straight into your account without you having to do anything. True wealth doesn't come from constant work, but from the ability to create income streams that work for you. As you build more sources of passive income, you begin to achieve financial freedom, where your money multiplies while you enjoy life. Ask yourself, what passive income sources can you start building now, and how can they impact your financial future? Remember, the path to true financial freedom begins with creating assets that generate money continuously. One of the most powerful, yet often misunderstood strategies Robert Kiyosaki teaches is the use of smart debt. When most people think of debt, they immediately associate it with something negative, something to be avoided at all costs. But Kiyosaki teaches that debt is not the enemy. If used correctly, it can be a powerful tool to accelerate your journey to wealth. The difference between good debt and bad debt is the purpose and strategic use. Bad debts are those where you use the money for things that depreciate and generate no return, such as impulsive purchases or financing consumer items. On the other hand, good debts are those you use to invest in assets that will generate cash flow or long-term value. For example, using a loan to acquire a rental property or start a business that will generate revenue over time can be an effective strategy. The key here is to use credit strategically to finance assets that will generate more money in the future, rather than spending on things that only increase your expenses and produce no return. This is what Kiyosaki calls good debt. He teaches that to grow financially, you must learn to use other people's money, through credit or loans, to make your money work for you. Of course, like any strategy, this involves risks. You must be smart and cautious when taking on debt, but when used strategically, it can be one of your greatest allies on your path to wealth. Robert Kiyosaki always emphasizes that financial education is the key to long-term financial success. It's not enough to learn about money in a superficial way. It requires a constant commitment to learning, because the financial world is constantly changing. Financial education is a journey, not a destination. Throughout this journey, knowledge is the foundation that supports all your decisions, whether they are about investments, business, or resource management. Kiyosaki teaches us that to be truly wealthy, you must understand how money works, how taxes affect your finances, how compound interest can work in your favor, and how to invest wisely. Most people never learn these basic concepts, which keeps them trapped in a cycle of financial struggles. Investing in your financial education, whether through books, seminars, courses, or even conversations with mentors, is the best way to ensure you're always ahead, taking advantage of opportunities and avoiding the mistakes many people make. By understanding financial principles and how money works, you become capable of making better, more informed decisions. In addition, this opens doors to new opportunities, as people with financial knowledge are more sought after to lead, invest, and create businesses. One of the most powerful philosophies Robert Kiyosaki shares is the importance of cultivating an abundance mindset. Many people live with a scarcity mindset, meaning they believe there's a limited amount of opportunities, money, or success available for everyone. This mindset prevents them from seeing growth potential and the opportunities around them. An abundance mindset, on the other hand, is the belief that there are always opportunities, always ways to grow, and that someone else's success does not diminish your own. When you adopt an abundance mindset, you start to see possibilities instead of limitations. You don't feel threatened by other people's success. Instead, you feel inspired by it and learn from it. This mindset opens the door to new ideas, new businesses, new investments, and new paths to success. With it, you understand that wealth is not something fixed that must be competed for, but something that can be continuously created and expanded. By cultivating this mindset, you also become more generous and willing to share knowledge, which strengthens your support network and helps others achieve their own goals. Remember, the more you give, the more you receive. Having an abundance mindset not only improves your financial life, but also enriches your personal and professional life. Last but not least, the secret to achieving wealth is patience and persistence. Robert Kiyosaki reminds us that building wealth is not something that happens overnight. It's not a stroke of luck, but a constant commitment to the process of learning and consistently taking action over time. Many people give up halfway because they don't see quick results, but true wealth is built through small, daily steps that accumulate. Patience is essential. You must understand that financial success is a marathon, not a sprint. And above all, persistence is what separates those who reach their goals from those who quit along the way. By persisting, you develop the resilience needed to overcome obstacles and keep moving forward. The key is to stay focused even when results don't show immediately. Keep making the right decisions, even if you don't see immediate returns. Time will work in your favor, and the actions you take today will have a direct impact on your financial future. Ask yourself, are you willing to be patient and persistent in pursuing your financial goals? Remember, patience combined with persistence is the path to turning your financial dreams into reality. Now that you have these steps, the journey to your financial freedom is in your hands. Remember, success doesn't happen overnight. It comes from consistent decisions, continuous learning, and action. If you start now, one day you will look back and be amazed at everything you've achieved. Did you enjoy these insights? Share this message with someone who also needs to change their financial story, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips and success strategies.